So a very good afternoon to folks joining us from MENA region and good evening to those from South Asia and Far East. I'm Amrita Nayak, Program Director at XCD, and extremely happy to connect with you. And thank you for taking interest in the Digital Business Leadership Program offered by Cornell University. Appreciate your time to learn about it, to enroll for it, to think about what it might be like for you, your career, or for the network of people that you will connect with as part of the program. So why Digital Business Leadership Program? We all probably understand the complexity of the world currently. We use the word VUCA, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Your why of the program is primarily because you want to stay ahead of that ambiguity and be better leaders. One thing that digital has done is sped up the pace of business, be it designing a product or developing customer insights. If you happen to be in a slow moving company and you are on say version 1 of a product and your competitors are on version 7, now that's going to be challenging for you. To be better equipped to deal with the digital transformation that is taking place in your industry, you may want to build critical digital skills required to drive growth and be thought leaders to stay relevant in these ever changing times. The program is to test your digital readiness and increase your digital dexterity. The program provides the tools, the mindsets, the knowledge, the network to navigate this complexity. We assume this is your why to consider to be a part of this program. I've got a few slides and I will walk you through the same and then answer a few questions if you happen to have one. So why Cornell? Now, when you think of Cornell, you probably think of it as an Ivy League college. However, one of the core parts of Cornell is Cornell Tech, and you will see few of the faculty members from this area. Cornell Tech was founded in 2012 by Mayor Michael Bloomberg, the then mayor of New York City. He thought that the city of New York is too dependent on the financial services and wanted to launch a Silicon Valley type area right in the heart of New York City. He wanted the university to form a multidisciplinary campus in that facility. He put a bid, which was later awarded to Cornell. And Cornell built this new campus at the Roosevelt Island, right in between Queens and Manhattan. Cornell Tech focuses on developing emerging leaders and technology for the digital age. One of the core facts of Cornell Tech is the builder mindset, where you can build product, services, online offerings fast. And the likes of Professor Karan Girotra and others who come from Cornell Tech will teach this. Cornell understands there's a significant gap when it comes to digital leadership. Keeping in mind these learning needs of senior leaders, we decided to launch this program. So let's discuss some of the features of this program. So you obviously get an Ivy League connect. You are taught by some of the finest faculties. They're based out of either New York or Ithaca, and we'll talk a little bit more about this in a while. So over a period of 6 months, you have 18 live sessions, which come to 36 hours with work going on before and after the session. Now, since these are live sessions, you get to, on real-time basis, interact with your faculty and your peers. There are breakout discussions with peers, query resolution with faculty, all of which happen live during the session. Then you have the digital readiness assessment, which will give us the ability to understand your digital readiness. Then we have a gamified learning experience. Now, learning happens through multiple methodologies. You will have access to a mobile application, which will offer you a gamified learning experience. Not just the course material will be available, but you will be connected with your cohort through this application. You will have a leaderboard, an interactive social platform to connect with one another, course material, of course, and more such features. As part of the program, you will also have a Capstone Project, which will be the practical application of what you learn. And we'll talk a little bit more about it in a while. Upon successfully completing the program, you will get the Cornell certificate. Although the course is for 6 months, you have access to Cornell on-demand library for a period of 1 year. Now, the on-demand library will be called, which we call as electives, are primarily self-paced modules that you undertake at your convenience. There are 900 plus elective lessons to choose from. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about it in a bit. So the core idea of the program is think, apply, succeed. This framework is important for your ability to think differently, frame the challenges, and adapt to it. In the Think module, you will have sessions like Exponential Strategies, specifically for digital age, by Professor Gautam Ahuja. He's a big thinker in the strategic space. Then there is Digital Transformation seen through strategic lens. Then there is Apply. Now, we all know that technology is moving really fast, and it is important to engage with these technologies. There are emerging technologies like blockchain, cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence that you need to understand to stay ahead of the curve. And as you experiment, innovate, and execute, you succeed higher. You will have sessions on execution excellence, and we conclude the experimentation sessions where you take the ideas, make them ready to take it to the next level. Let's talk a little bit about the Capstone Project. Now, as I had mentioned earlier, there is an application side to this program where you as participants will be given an opportunity to work on a project by identifying an opportunity in your business. Now, having innovative ideas may not be sufficient. So you'll be given a systematic framework to ideate, generate lots of ideas, strategize, narrow the funnel, and finally de-risk them to make them ready for success. And while you do this, you will be given an opportunity to engage with your peers to get their feedback while you share yours. We term this engagement peer mentoring. There will be 12 such peer mentoring sessions in your course duration. In addition, you will have 2 faculty reviews where you get to validate your ideas. We will thus build it up for the studio sprint, a core area of Cornell Tech, which will be led by the faculty director, Dr. Alan Filipovitz. Dr. Filipovitz is a former Dean of Executive Education at Cornell and will be the faculty director as well as a teaching faculty on this program. He did his post-graduation from Cornell, his MBA from Wharton, and his PhD from Harvard. Then we have Professor Stephanie Kubanek. Professor Kubanek is a New York and a Munich-based designer and a design educator who focuses on using creative mindset for solving problems. Professor Sherif Nasir, a faculty of Marketing and Management Communication. His research focuses on applying game theory to marketing problems. We have Dr. Gautam Ahuja, one of the most popular professors in the United States, teaching us in this program. We have Professor Soumitra Datta, who is a former founding dean at SC Johnson College of Business. We have Professor Drew Pascarella, Dean of MBA programs and a senior lecturer of finance at Cornell. He's heavily involved with executive education, focusing on finance hard skills and fintech training. Professor Karan Girotra, we spoke about him earlier. He teaches at Cornell Tech. He's also an author and was featured in the best 40 under 40 professors list. We have Professor Rafael Paz, whose research focuses on cryptography and will be teaching blockchain. Professor Vishal Gaur, former dean for MBA programs at Cornell, will be teaching execution excellence. Professor Will Kong, he's the founding faculty director for fintech initiatives at Cornell and will be, teaching fintech initiatives at Cornell and will be teaching cryptography. Being part of the program means you'll be learning from some of the best faculties across in the world. Let's talk about a little bit about electives. Now, as you progress through this program, we want you to capture the breadth and depth of what Cornell has to capture. Breadth in terms of the plenary sessions and depth via access to the Cornell on-demand library. So we call this as electives. You have access to 900 such electives available for a year. Now, although your program span is 6 months, you will have elective access beyond that for 6 more months. Electives are 30 to 45 minutes asynchronous sessions, which means that they are self-paced modules that allow you to take them at your convenience. You can take them in between your sessions to go deep into a specific topic of your interest. They're not limited to any function. So you have access to topics like leadership, communication, finance acumen, data analytics, human resource, marketing, to just name a few. In addition, you will be given access to a custom learning path as part of this course. Sessions like preparing for digital transformation, understanding the digital marketing landscape, implementing innovation are some that you will have access to. So let's talk about who are going to be your peers. Now, that is a core thing that we talk about when we design these programs. It's not just what you learn, but who you would be learning this with. You will also have people from previous cohorts whom you'll get a chance to network with. Now, here are some of the leading companies in world or their respective regions. These are the people you'll be building your network. When we talk about navigating growth as you move up the leadership roles, this is what it is. Say you are from financial services and you want to learn something from, say, someone from legal or IT or a specific geography. You will have people to call upon. And that is the true worth of being in such a diverse cohort. And we hope that your examples or industries help shape the discussions and elicit response from the faculty. To give you an overview, we have had people from Accenture, Heineken, Cognizant, Johnson & Johnson, Etisalat, HSBC Bank, Maastricht Bank, Swiggy, to just name a few. They hold positions like CFO, CEO, Senior Vice President, etc. This slide will give you an overview of the organizations from where our past participants have come, their designation, and the industries. So we have TCS, we have Heineken, we have the managing director from Heineken, we had the HR head from Swiggy, we had directors from KPMG, we had the director of finance from Johnson & Johnson, Five Holdings. We have head strategy from organizations. We have account directors, planning directors from across various organizations. If you look at the industries, we have people from diverse industries. So right from IT to banking, consulting, hospitality, FMCG, retail, to just name a few. The average years of experience of these people is around 20 years. However, 87% of the people are above the age of 15. The work experience is above the age of 15. Here we have testimonies from some of our past participants. So we have Kareem from Etisalat who spoke about his experience. He's the group CFO at Etisalat Group. We have Manish, who's the head HR for new businesses at Swiggy. He's talking about his experience. We have Sridevi from Emirates NBD, who's talking about how she sees the program. We have Glenn from the Bank of New York Mellon talking about his experience. So who should enroll for these programs? Now, this program is tailor-made for senior executives who aspire to understand digital technologies and want to drive digital transformation in their organization. As I mentioned earlier, the average work experience is 20 years and 87% have about 15 years of experience. But the minimum we need is at least 6 years. It is important that your country of residence should be Middle East, South Asia, or Far East. We typically have participants from Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Gurgaon, Colombo, Philippines, Hong Kong, to just name a few. The cohort size of our program is kept small. We have 35 to 40 participants in each cohort. Now, since the size is limited, we have few seats left before our deadline of 23rd March. So we insist that you don't delay or at least close it by the end of this week. We have few more minutes to go and we have few questions which we are happy to take. So let me go to the questions. We have a question from Ravindra, and he says that I don't come from technical background or I have limited understanding of analytical tools. Will I be eligible? Now, as we had mentioned earlier, the program is designed for someone who aspires to understand digital technologies. You need not necessarily have technical knowledge. People are at various stages in their digital journey, and the faculty will meet you there where you are in your journey and take you ahead from there. And for every session, you will have some prep work in the form of reads or videos, which will help you align with what the faculty is going to be covering. Then we have a question from Clive, which says, I come from healthcare. Will this program help? Now, in our program, the diversity of the participants is vast. We have people from hospitality, banking, we have CTOs from large corporates, as well as medical doctors and CFOs from healthcare. So currently, every industry is disrupted by technology, be it in the form of customer expectations or probably the supply chain. And as potential participants, we encourage you to get that to the faculty's content. Your questions will help shape examples. And that is what we want you as participants to bring onto this program. If you see the past cohorts, we've had participants who not necessarily had digital backgrounds. So this program is helpful even if you're not from digital space, or so you may think, but aspire to learn and to bring change in your organization. We have a question from Rajni, which says that will the program focus more on strategic or technical aspects of digital? Now, as I had mentioned, we follow a model of depth and breadth. You'll be learning the language of engineering and technology, and also how does it apply to businesses at a more strategic level. Additionally, you will have electives in case you wish to go deep into a specific topic like, say, digital marketing or, say, business model innovation from the Cornell library. So to answer your question, it is both. Sunny asks, I'm still in middle management. Will this program be right for me? So the definition of middle and higher management varies from across organization. This program is ideal for someone from middle to senior level management. I refer to the bilingual aspect of this program. So for someone who's involved more at execution level, you will find the technical aspects helpful while you understand the application at a more strategic level, and vice versa for someone who is at a higher leadership level. So hope that answers your query. Can we network with people from other cohorts? The answer is yes. So we have LinkedIn groups which allow you to connect with one another as a community. Additionally, we have webinars wherein we have people from across cohorts and across programs that we do with Cornell come together. And then, of course, it's up to each one of us in terms of how you extract value from someone who could be a potential stakeholder or a client or probably even a future employer. We have few more queries and we will make a note of it. But in the interest of time, someone from our team probably will reach out to you clarifying some of these queries in the next few hours. We would like to again thank you for your interest and look forward to your potential participation in our program and becoming a part of our network. Look forward to seeing you in our program. Thank you so much and talk soon.